Scentland, the land of scent. Hello and welcome everybody. It's Chris back with yet another fragrance review today. And I'm coming to you from this location in order to be able to put the fragrance, the subject of the review, into context. And although this is not a shoreline of the Atlantic or Pacific or Indian Ocean, it still very much gives you the scenario we're going to be looking at and deep diving into today. The fragrance by the house of Courreges, Paris, called Wild Ocean, released in 2019. And André Courreges was a famous French fashion designer with a very, very futuristic approach to fashion in the 60s, 70s mostly. And he has had lots of fragrances. The brand has a lot of fragrances out there, and this is among their best. It's rarely known, not much talked about yet. Tremendously nice quality versus price, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, the name it's very catchy, Wild Ocean. Okay, so does it really live up to it? I can say it does, and the reason is that it really reminds you of the natural environment that an oceanic shoreline provides you with. This is nothing beachy, nothing tropical, no coconut, no lime, no rum, no booziness, no nothing. This is sandy, dry, mineral, and salty. And it achieves that with, there are some aquatic notes in there, but not too much. This is not a definite crowd pleaser in terms of, wow, the latest summer flanker of today with a nice aquatic touch. No, this is much more than that. This is really mineral, salty and sandy, and it has this aquatic vibe, but just faintly, just remotely. Okay, but it still reminds you of the very shorelines, the natural shorelines of the oceans, whether that be the Atlantic, Pacific, or Indian Oceans. Mostly probably the somewhere in the northern hemisphere, somewhere where it's not too tropical, because it smells very nice, but it never really has this holiday tropical feel to me. It's a real life oceanic scenario, you know, and it doesn't really push the seaweed part either. It really gives you this mineral, salty, sandy feeling, and these are the things that are listed as in the notes as well, along with Ambroxan, which here I think it's very well blended and never pushy, never too artificial, never really taking over the fragrance as many times the Ambroxan notes do. Here it just fits in nicely to the blend. So overall, if I would say, and I mentioned this quality versus price ratio, it definitely is a top-notch fragrance from that aspect as well, because I bought this, I don't know, like for €20 at TK Maxx, so it's very much out there, and the performance is great. The siligium projection are good, but never pushy, but very present, okay? And the longevity, and here's the main point, is really good. You really get 6-7 hours out of this fragrance, which is absolutely fantastic for a fragrance that has this kind of theme, an oceanic, natural smell that really this fragrance projects throughout its entire development. And so for me, whenever I cannot get close to the ocean, and many people actually never get the opportunity to get to the sea or the ocean. Some have the luck to live nearby the ocean, but this one is definitely ocean bottled. Okay, this is something that if you smell it, no matter where you are, it will really and truly remind you of the summer or the autumn or the spring at the shorelines of the Atlantic Ocean, or indeed the other two oceans that I mentioned. It's at the same time not a holiday fragrance. You can really wear this even for work. You will get a lot of compliments because you will definitely smell very special. So Wild Ocean, absolutely, and you know, one of the best ocean and sea themed fragrances that I know and that I have in my collection. If I would need to compare it, it does slightly, the sandy accord slightly reminds me of Sandflowers by Montal and Aquamotu by Comptoir, but this one is better, and I tell you why, because it's trying less hard, and therefore it comes across more natural and easygoing, and much more wearable. This is much more wearable in my opinion than the other two. Absolutely versatile, absolutely genderless, and totally mood boosting, mind lifting, and it really transports you to the shores of the wild ocean by Courreges. Thanks very much. This was Chris with yet another fragrance review, and I'm gonna be enjoying this bliss, and I will definitely be back with more indeed. Take care and see you soon.